Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is January 24th and it's my weekly shop update. So, got a few things going on in the shop this week. Let's start with the Highboy. So the biggest part of the Highboy saga at this point is what is not here, or what is normally here. It is the upper case. It is gone, it has moved out of the shop, and just that thought alone that it's finally out of here is pretty exciting. And the lower case is just about ready to go as well, which is super exciting. So one little thing I added to the upper case last week before I got out of here was a pair of these guys. These are just the hidden drawers that go in the upper case, in the upper area of the upper case, and they're just hidden there behind the center drawer. So the center drawer gets pulled out, and then you have access to these little hidden drawers that are in there. Nothing super crazy here, just some basic through dovetails with a captive bottom. Just really quick bang together kind of thing, because they're just little hidden drawers for, you know, whatever. So here in the lower case I've added the transition frame, and this is just what goes between the lower case and the upper case and adds a few areas for some moldings to go. So the frame itself is routed with a classical profile on the top and a round over on the bottom. And then once the upper case is sitting on top of here, they'll get wrapped in another piece of molding, so you have a step from the frame up into the case, and that lower molding will cover the through dovetails on the upper case and really tie everything together. So this lower case is ready to get out of here. I'll probably do that tonight once Lindsay gets home and can give me a hand moving this thing and getting it in the door of the house. But I'm really excited about getting this thing out of here, because it means that I can actually finally stack the two pieces of furniture together. Because they are so tall, at just over 7 feet tall, I cannot actually stack them and complete the construction of the whole piece in the shop. The next thing that has to happen before I can have those moldings to get this frame done is to have that case on top of here, so I can get that molding installed onto the frame in the right position and all that stuff. So that'll happen inside the house, where I actually have the ceiling height to work. So I'm about to get into the waterfall tables as well as the outfeed table. So I'm going to have 4 slabs to flatten here using the router because they're so big. And normally I just use this guy right here, just 1.5 inch straight bit. And this thing has been working for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. But last time I used it, I did notice it's getting a little bit on the dull side. So it does still cut, but the surface finish is a little bit rough. There's a little more tear out there than, you know, you like to see. So I've seen these bits out there for a while, and I've always been kind of intrigued with them and see how great they are. Now, as far as cost comparison goes, this is like ridiculous. This is $175 compared to the $20 bit. And as someone who hasn't quite used one yet, I don't know if most people this would be like all that justifiable for, when this works, you know, just as well, as far as I can tell at this point, having never used this. So if you're only doing a few slabs here and there, maybe this is probably all you're going to need. But if you're doing a bunch of them, or you want a really smooth finish, apparently, haven't really compared finish quality yet, maybe this is a better way to go. But I thought I'd pick one up and try it out, see how it works, because I know a lot of people are interested in this style a bit, and I'm definitely included in that camp of interested people. So that's what's happening in my shop this week. Let's take a look at some viewer projects. First this week is a shoe rack by Scott. It's made from walnut and maple and features mid-century modern cues. Scott took inspiration for this project largely from a bench designed by George Nelson and produced by Herman Miller. Scott documented the whole build over on Simple Cove, and I'll leave a link to that down in the description, and you can also find more of Scott's work over on Instagram. Next is a cherry side table by Armando. It features a sapwood striped drawer front, rift sawn legs, a dovetailed top rail, and an oil wax finish. And you can find more of Armando's work over on Instagram. Next is a Shampaign desk by Andrew. Andrew refers to this as Shampaign because it has a shaker and campaign influence, so it can be completely disassembled and flat packed in about a minute. The whole desk is made from walnut, and Andrew used only hand tools to build it. There are no screws or fasteners used for the knockdown joinery, and you can find a video where Andrew shows the full disassembly of the desk over on his YouTube channel. Last this week is a couch back table by Andy. This is Andy's first project featuring a live edge. He purchased a slab for the top off eBay, and since he didn't have a bandsaw at the time, he spent 6 hours with a handsaw splitting the slab in half in his living room with a 14-inch handsaw. So a pretty exciting time for me, at least, as I'm transitioning out of the Highboy finally. that is almost done. Just those small details that need to happen, but most of that stuff's going to happen in the house, which is super nice. So I can kind of move on to other things like the waterfall tables, and then the outfeed table will be getting going in shortly, probably like next week sometime. Really excited to be doing something other than the Highboy, finally. Even though I technically still am doing that, but at least I'm doing other things besides it. So I will mention as well that the Highboy, once all those videos are done over in the guild, I will be bringing a version of that to the channel here. It's going to be a very interesting task to try and compress all those videos down into a video for here, but I will do it. It'll be fun. I think it's going to make for a pretty sweet video, as you can kind of see the whole thing happen in one spot instead of having to sit through 30 whatever videos. So look for that shortly, as well as some other project videos as I start rolling into this, whatever you want to call this, period thing between stuff, whatever you want to call it. Just call it something if you want to, I guess. A little bit of a weird mood today. So I think that's about all I have for this week. Thank you as always for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything here in my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love to be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.